Conducting employees' layoff seems like as a result of declining performance of manufacturing sectors caused by COVID-19 pandemic. In this infographic segment, I would like to present to you some data about Indonesia's manufacturing performance. The first one will be about Prompt Manufacturing Index or PMI of Indonesia that had been released by Bank of Indonesia. This is the performance of industry sector in Indonesia in the first quarter in 2019. The number was on the level of 52.65%. The number was increased in the second quarter in 2019 to 52.66%, but the number keeps on decreasing from third quarter in 2019 to the first quarter of 2020, and the number of the index back again or rebounded to the level of 48.79% in the first quarter of 2020. Bank of Indonesia assesses the contraction in the PMI or Prompt Manufacturing Index due to a decrease in demand and supply disruptions caused by COVID-19. This condition does not only occur in Indonesia but also globally. BI also predicts that the index will rise again in the second quarter of 2020. This increase was supported by the increasing volume of orders for input goods and inventory volumes. PMI is a quarterly indicator that illustrates the condition of the manufacturing sector as well as predictions for the next period. An index above 50 means expansion, while below 50 a contraction occurs. So which sectors of manufacture got hit the most by the pandemic? Let's see the next data. This is the list, or these are 6 most affected manufacturing sectors by COVID-19. The textile product, shoes and leather as much as 47.2%, machineries 48.2%, woods and forest product 49.7%, cement and non-metal mining goods 50.5%, paper and printed goods 51.5%, and food and beverages and tobacco 51.2%. This one is taken from Bank of Indonesia's data. The COVID-19 pandemic caused Prompt Manufacturing Index or PMI released by Bank of Indonesia showing contraction. Although it increased from 45.64% in the first quarter of 2020 to 48.79% in the second quarter of 2020, the index was still below the threshold. This contraction phase, of course, due to reduced demand and supply disruptions caused by COVID-19 pandemic. Predictions for an increase in the second quarter of 2020 indicate that some manufacturing sectors have begun to expand. As a cumulative result, the slow performance of manufacturing sector in many countries affected global economic growth in general. Let's see the projection about it. This is, as you can see, International Monetary Fund predicted about the global economic growth in 2019, 2.9%. In 2020, minus 3%. But the number predicted to experience rebound in 2021 to the level of 5.8%. And the IMF called the crisis due to the COVID-19 pandemic as multidimensional. This is actually a health crisis because the cause or the reason is a virus, but this can also be called as humanitarian crisis because the death toll has reached hundreds of thousands of people. The policy of limiting public activity makes the economy run very slow, or it may even stop. The health and humanitarian crisis is transforming into an economic crisis. And there is a hint of optimism on 3 countries in Asia region that predicted to survive this pandemic time. Who are those? Let's see the data. These are the list of 3 Asian countries predicted will survive the COVID-19 pandemic economically. China, the first one, and the second one we have our beloved country, Indonesia, and the third country is India. These are the list of the 3 countries predicted to survive the COVID-19 as of the International Monetary Fund predicted times ago. The International Monetary Fund or IMF and World Bank estimate Indonesia can still grow positively amid the coronavirus or COVID-19 pandemic. Indonesia became one of the 3 countries that are able to survive the outbreak of the coronavirus. The Ministry of Finance of Indonesia, Sri Mulyani, said Indonesia was expected to only grow by 2.3% in the second and third quarters this year, while growth would improve in the fourth quarter in 2020. And global COVID-19 pandemic that affect humans' health seems like strengthening companies' plan in using industrial robot in the future. Besides, it will increase factories' productivity. This is free too. Let's say the trend of robot utilization in industry in the world. Let's see the data. This is robot utilization in global industry sector. As you can see, the trend keeps on increasing from 2.12 million units in 2017 to 3.55 million units of robot being utilized in global industry. This one is taken from Deloitte Tohmatstu's data in 2019. Deloitte's Technology, Media and Telecommunications stated that the use of industrial robots has started to bloom since 2016. The prediction is that the use of industrial robots will increase 93% in 5 years. In 2016, as you can see from the data, the number of robots used for industrial activities only reached 1.83 million units. The number will keep on increasing to 3.55 million units in 2021. The use of robots is considered very effective because once activated, industrial robots can last around 80,000 to 100,000 work hours. And China is the biggest market for industrial robots. Around 154,000 robots were sold in China in 2018. That figure represented of 36% of global demand for industrial robots. And hopefully all of the countries in the world can survive this COVID-19 pandemic and economic growth can rise up to an ideal level. Stay tuned on Market Headlines because we'll be right back after the break.